The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin.
Welcome, folks, to Tommy O'Brien, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 8, Nasdaq's off 5, S&Ps are off 3, gold contracts down $6.80, trading at $1,226 an ounce. We have silver up by 12 cents, $17.76. Copper's flat, $2.68. We got light sweet crude down up 41 cents, $53.03 a barrel. You get notes. 10-year note down 2 ticks, 123.14. 30-year bond off 2 ticks, 149.01. King dollar down 319 ticks at 101. The euro's at 105. The yen's at 114. We got the Janet Yellen's going to be coming out today. A lot of
1
movement.
o'clock today, I believe it is.
Yeah, a lot of movement in the marketplace. And folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. You'll see the banner on the top of the side. Hit the banner, bring up the exchange. They'll put $25,000 of paper money into your account, and you can see how these defined option contracts trade. Darrell Martin, what's going on?
How are you doing?
Doing
Morning,
great,
Darrell.
man. Good to see you. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I had a great time out at the New York City Trading Expo. That was
Nice.
a fun time out there.
Yeah, and how was the weather? It was probably nice when you were there, right? Because we had a heat spell.
Yeah, I mean, it was cold, but, for
was
New
it?
York, it was warm.
Okay.
Everything's
Okay.
Yeah, it was
perspective, totally.
Yeah.
Like 45 degrees in New York was this time of year. Is
Oh,
pretty nice.
that's warm.
So,
That's
Yeah.
definitely
As opposed
warm.
to like 7 degrees and snowing, which
Right.
is possible in February,
Right.
March for sure.
Right.
yeah, and I came home and it was 90 degrees in Texas, and so
Yeah,
that takes it off.
it's
That is some heat.
What's happened, folks, is that it seemed that the summer almost came in the same with Florida, so we probably got the same thing as that you got. And then last night, it just got like that 7 degrees cooler, which is perfect. Like it's
Okay.
72 again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're going to get some heat coming next week, but still, our evenings are still really cool, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
I'm savoring that for the next month.
Oh, we have
before
to.
they're gone.
We
They-
have
they
to.
melting in the evening.
We're going to
Yeah.
get almost 90 degrees next week, and I saw the forecast, and my head just kind of slumped,
Yeah. Well, this weekend's only 72, though.
That's cool. Yes,
Yeah.
we are getting a great weekend, and
Yeah.
I think that's what with the it was. That's what was so surprising to me is I saw the weekend. I was like, oh, this is great, and then I was like, oh man, and here it comes again. 2 days of reprieve, and we're back to heat. But we'll see what that does to natural gas, right?
Oh, man, that natural gas market, no doubt. So let's go take a look at some of these the commodity market right now, because you're going to see this move around today because of the aspect is that, it's like, okay, what's Yellen going to say? They've already all said that, hey, we're going up, but so it's going to be intriguing,
Definitely. Just with the swing that we've had in those probabilities with the Fed futures,
Yeah,
fund
so
futures,
if we go over to the
to see what she has to
probabilities
say. If
first.
she's going to confirm that, she's aware of that. I mean,
You're at
so
90%.
if she wanted to correct it, she probably could correct it really quickly. And,
Oh,
and they don't
boy.
like surprises, so we'll see.
All she has to
wouldn't.
do is say a few words.
Right,
and she
if
gets
you're not
the
going
thing
to.
around.
Well, that'd be a bloodbath if in fact, she'd just turn around and say, well, I'm not too sure about that. We're
for
looking for
sure.
more data.
because she doesn't want to surprise the market. That's
Right.
the logic, at least. So
Right.
if she said that, why would she say that if not to correct the market? But
I know.
we don't think she's going to say that, right? But
No.
we'll see what she
They're,
says.
they're not a friend of gold.
But saying nothing,
because if they said that, gold will go to the moon.
and just like you're saying, if she doesn't, just the status quo, as in not correcting that, has a lot of weight, I think, too, which is what people will be looking for, because that'll mean that
Oh, yeah.
March is a realistic option
Yeah,
for sure.
no doubt. And so what have you been trading? What have you been up to, man?
I've been trading mainly. I've been looking at a lot of the indices.
Okay.
So on the future side, and then of course hedging, and stuff like that. I've been playing with FX. So playing with, I play with pound yen and Nasdaq, which I know you're a big fan of Nasdaq.
Yeah.
As well. But then oil. So oil's obviously always one of my favorites. It's had a lot of nice movements lately, along with gold.
Yeah, and if we talk about the gold market, folks, okay, here, come on, I'll show you what I did out here this morning. So this gets This is going to be dangerous on a Friday. There's no doubt. So inside, and if you haven't traded these spreads before, folks, okay, so, bottom line is that you can trade the binaries, you can trade the spreads. I happen to like the spreads. And what you had out here this morning, and you have a couple different things happening. So the biggest, I'd say, deal happening is that Friday in the gold market can be a disaster.
Sure.
After how we came down this week, it will be really hard for gold to catch a bid. That being said, I'll show you what happened out here this morning, which is kind of cool. So you're bouncing along the bottom, at like 3 o'clock in the morning, going across. Well, at 5, no, I wasn't up at 5, okay, but that was the first indication that you had a buyer. We went from 1227 to 1229. We pulled back again, light volume. Then you had a beautiful surge, okay?
Yeah.
Now,
that's 8 o'clock-ish.
That's 8 o'clock. When that surge came in, what I ended up doing, I said, okay, I'm going to wait for a pullback.
Okay.
And what I actually did, folks, is that I put the order in prior to it because I knew what I wanted, and what I actually wanted is right there, which is 1229.50. So I put it $1 underneath that.
Sure.
Now I got it.
Yeah, because we're at 1226.
But
so
we're at 1226. My point is this: you don't have to chase these things. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it comes down to. So
yeah.
The risk is still. We'll go over the risk versus the reward. The risk is still minimal.
I think I saw the floor is 1225. Right?
It is
pretty close.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Darrell, Tommy, myself, we're coming right back. Dow right now is up 2. Nasdaq is down 2. S&Ps are up 2. Gold's off 640. Silver is up 12 cents. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate your growling problem with us out here. Right now, you have the Dow flat, Nasdaq's off 4, S&Ps are down 3. And so what are we looking at here, Darrell?
Right now, we got the gold chart up. It's come off settlement, coming back down to the 0.7 deviation. It keeps bouncing off that deviation level and having a higher volume, exceeding volume every time it hits it and bouncing off of it. So it's having a hard time breaking through 12, 25.9 to 26, basically.
And is that a 1 deviation move?
That's a 0.7 deviation move.
I'm sorry, what?
0.7.
0.7. Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
So 1 deviation would take it down to basically 12.23.
Right, which we could get pretty quickly on a Friday. This is going to be intriguing watching.
If we get a volume push, and I mean that's right. It'll go next. So.
Yeah. No, I can see that. And what we will get out here, what was intriguing, folks, just when we were going to a break right there, is that you had, let's see if they got it on the headlines yet. No, they don't. One of the Fed governors just come out and said that, because 2 others that are going to be talking out there, let me see if I can find it right here.
Yeah, I think it's Lacker, right?
Yeah, it's Lacker. Lacker was saying that,
there's going to be a steady stream of one-liner things that he's saying.
Yes.
Especially on Bloomberg, the way they have those feeds coming across.
Right.
They literally give you sentence-by-sentence updates as he says himself.
They do. And this one here was that, inflation is slow. So the bottom line is that would be a dovish view versus, because they want inflation going 2% or 2% and over 2%.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that they're not going to change their view on March. It would be a total mind blower.
Here we go.
Okay.
So he says inflation's been low, relatively stable. We can avoid repeating monetary mistakes in the 1960s. So there's going to be a study.
Right. Now,
central bank independence can't be taken for granted. I wonder what he's talking about there.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's wars everywhere out here.
Right, totally.
The thing that's intriguing about I'm wondering if he's talking about, so the mistakes of the 1960s is maybe that they went up too fast.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure myself.
Right. Oh, you weren't around then?
You were around. You don't know in the 60s?
I was
in your teens, you weren't watching Fed policy and their mistakes?
I was a rugrat running around South Boston, man. Totally.
Fed policy came in the later years.
Yeah, totally. And I'm telling you, man, pretty wild. No doubt about it. And folks, of course, don't forget that what happens inside the Nadex platform here, let's bring up the platform for a second, because what you do have, which is really neat, we're in a time, there's no doubt, with high volatility, especially inside these currencies. The currencies moves between the yen, the euro, and the dollar. There's a lot of movement out there.
Yeah.
Every day, every night.
I mean, the euro last night, right?
Oh, yeah?
I mean, big moves, yeah.
And listen, folks, the peso. Okay, so check this out today. This is intriguing. Carlos, you hit the jackpot here. So, our new Commerce Secretary, Ross, right?
Yep.
He came out this morning in an interview.
Okay.
And he said, hey, listen, man, we can make a new deal with NAFTA, but it can be a good deal.
Sure.
And the peso immediately got strong, the dollar got weak.
Sure.
So that is a whole different speech pattern than has been coming out.
Right.
And the market believed him immediately because he's a business guy.
Yeah, and he's a commerce secretary.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, that was here. Let me bring up the peso.
And I'm sure he's had conversations with Trump about it, whatnot. I mean, some of the trend that you've noticed is, Trump goes really far out, and then his cabinet member in charge of that area will be a more sane voice of things. And the market swings as they try and figure out where reality is going to fall, right?
Right. So look at this, folks. So the peso topped out at 22 to 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
And we're at 19.59. It broke the lowest swing point today I don't have volume on it, but that's saying that, hey, the peso's going to go back to
it's
18.
I was just going to say it's back within that range that it was kind of in just before the election.
Right.
And it had already moved a substantial amount because regardless, there was going to be, even if Clinton won, whether it was different trade deals or what they were going to do. But, yeah.
And intriguing, remember, we were talking about up here, I forgot what happened. We were talking about, I wonder if that's going to be the high. I mean, because that was the most negative on Mexico there was.
Yeah.
But guess what? That's what turns come to. Because, here, let me show you something. This is really...
Was it the Mexico president meeting? There was something going on.
And it got canceled.
Right. Yeah. It might have been those battles.
Because let me show you something else. And now I'm switching gears on you for a second, folks. But
we're going to cocoa.
We're going to cocoa because no. The reason being is that what you're going to see. Valentine's Day, the cocoa market just might have bottomed at 1890, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just funny how it works. Do you know what I mean? It's like
it would make sense that and hopefully that was one of the rougher points when the meeting gets canceled between the two presidents. Even that would be the time when it's at that point and it's kind of going to turn around.
Isn't that cool how it works?
That bad, right?
I know.
Right.
So if we go over here, so let's go over and we take a look at this trade that I put on anyway, so we can say the risk versus the reward. Here, can you?
Yeah, because you were talking about defined risk too, and Darrell had talked about even one standard deviation is all the way down to 1223, which is nice. You're still only $2 below where you'd have an active trade, and if it was able to bounce off that one deviation. So you're trading this is the daily, right? But gold, that's 130.
130.
So 1225 to 1275.
Yeah.
Looks like your average price was about 1229.80.
Yeah.
So it's going to be what, $48 about.
And I was paying about 75 cents to a dollar
as to where gold was
exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. And what I did is that what I was saying, folks, is that I put it in prior to it, and I was hoping it would come down and whack it, and it did.
So you were looking for the pullback on, and then the buy.
I was,
back up?
And I was looking. What I was specifically looking for is a spike down and then a rejection. Do you know what I mean? Now it got the rejection, but then 3 minutes later come right back down again.
Yeah, and so just setting it up right where you got in, 1229.80. So risking $48, and if you ever got the run all the way up to 1275. I mean, you're talking about $500 for the $50 in gold.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not expecting 1275.
Right. No.
But there's no reason you can't get 1250.
And it's not bad when gold's having the volatility it's having, only getting into that trade a dollar away from where the market's trading at the time with that type of a risk-reward parameter is pretty cool. And if you expect some volatility, and hopefully you get some in your direction, right?
Yeah, and what's going to happen is that Yellen is speaking at 1, so that will be the most volatility. You're going to
be glued to that screen for the final 30 minutes.
You know what I'm wondering?
I'm wondering contract.
They go till 1:30.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, what may
Tell
happen?
her to talk quick.
Well, what may happen is that many times the speech comes out before it. That's what I got to be prepared for.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely.
And so it's and now in that context, folks. Okay, so.
I mean, you can see even. Sorry to cut you off, but even right now, right? The indicative index 1226.70.
Yeah.
And we're at 1227.4 by 1227.8. So still only about $1
Isn't that cool?
away. And you're talking about right now only $29 versus you're getting in at about $1.20 over where the current market is. But I mean, if you ever got something substantial, she said that sent gold much higher.
Right.
Yeah, the premium's really not that high at all.
No, they haven't been. And I think we really haven't got the high volatility in the equity market has, but the metals haven't been that bad.
3 hours with the Fed chair speaking on a Friday to go and $1 in premium for that type of risk is nice.
You stay right there, folks. Dow, Tom, and myself, we're coming right back. Dow right now, it's getting hit, down 25.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
TFNN has just launched a special event in Tampa with Tom O'Brien taking place March 18th, sponsored by Nadex. Tom O'Brien will be presenting 2 workshops for a combined 2.5 hours of education, bisecting and dissecting his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. March 18th kicks off with a continental breakfast as we get everyone checked in, and that is followed by 2 75-minute workshops with Tom O'Brien. The first workshop from 8:45 until 10 a.m. will cover quality volume, cause and effect, and ABC structures, and the second workshop from 10:15 until 11:30 a.m. will cover swing points, testing, and the Tiger Gartley. Tom will then wrap things up with a question and answer session, which will be followed by a Tiger Luncheon Social on the rooftop of the Westin Hotel. The best part is that it's all free, but you must register to attend. Visit the front page of TFNN.com for all the details and to sign up today, and we hope to see you in Tampa on March 18th.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Darrell Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 23. You get the Nasdaq off 16. S&Ps are off 6.5. Let's go to our man Tom in Plymouth. Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, Tom and Tommy. How are you?
Morning,
Doing
Tom.
Great, man. Yourself?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. I cannot complain one bit. I just want to send out a thank you to Brent in Martinez, California, because it was because of him that I was looking at that J-Dust. And anyway, I don't need to say much more, but I love that J-Dust. Anyway.
J-Dust has filled the coffers the last week and a half, for sure.
Well, do you want to hear the funny thing about this? And I don't know if I've got that horseshoe up or whatever, or if I'm not Irish. My wife is, but
there you go. You're close enough.
I am. So yesterday I was going to sell that because I was listening and I think he was on with Steve Rhodes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was in the J-Nug last week, and I got out of it, and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, geez, and so I started looking at the J-Dust. I said, I'm going to go back to that J-Dust again and start with it. And so it was up and down, it was moving around. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, it took the big jump. So I said, okay, I'm getting out of this. And me either being too wound up on coffee or whatever it was, or just not paying attention. I don't know if you have TD Ameritrade. Well, sometimes that buy thing doesn't change to sell. So I thought I hit the sell, but I didn't.
Yep, I've had that happen. I know what you're talking about.
I was looking, and I'm like, why isn't this thing selling? I was like, what the? Well, all of a sudden, it doubled up. Instead of selling, it bought. So I was like, oh, my God. So now I got 10,000 shares of this thing, and I'm like, oh, my God. And it started moving.
Yeah.
But shortly thereafter, so I was like, oh, hey, thank you, Lord. I was like, and thank you, Brent. But so I just let it run yesterday, and it just took off.
Okay.
So
Can you pull up the charts?
I'm looking today to just unload and wow, this is just crazy. But anyway,
so
the J-Nug is, I guess the things that are concerning me is this yelling. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. I'd take some of your profits in. Well, first off, let me walk you through what he's talking about, folks, on the TD Ameritrade platform. When you're putting an order in, there's two different things that end up happening. These are all on platforms, but you're putting them in, and then if you're putting a stop in, what ends up happening is that they'll automatically put the stop a point or two away. And I believe what he did, because I've done the same thing, is when you're selling sometimes, if you have a couple screens up at the same time, you're going to hit it and say, okay, I thought I hit it, but guess what? You have two screens up, and you didn't change the buy to the sell, because if you're buying and selling all day long, and bang, he bought again.
Sure.
Exactly what happened.
Double check, triple checked, man, totally.
Now, I can tell you this from experience. When that happens to me, I sell it immediately, because I've had too many times over the course of the years that,
that's just put money on red and black and roulette. And congratulations for winning the roulette spin, Tom, on that additional 5,000 shares. But, it happens against you sometimes, so you better take it.
Wow.
Absolutely. It took me a couple of minutes, a minute or so to figure it out. It's like, wait a minute, what just happened here?
It does. There's no doubt. Yeah.
Now it's like, oh my God, I didn't hit the sell button. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So, I guess to everybody else, pay attention out there when you're doing it, because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you were at least watching it and you didn't leave it, and that's the other important part. You're just making sure, even that's why when we're making trades, even on Nadex, we're pulling it up. Did we get both of them? Or we're doing those volatility trades, +2, -2, okay, everything, right?
Yeah, so
sometimes I don't dare to leave the screen to go to the bathroom.
Exactly, man.
Well, no, when you're trading 5 or 10,000, you definitely can't intraday. It's not worth it. So I'm just going to pull up Dust right now for you, okay? So Dust, folks, is the 300% inverse correlation of the New York ARCA index. Now, this baby, it looks to me, this is right where, you had the volume on the way down. The number we're talking about is this 39.16, and you've hit 38.95. And, we'll see, but it looks to me like this is where it's going to, should top out again. Because you're coming into 12, 13 million shares. And if we just go to the GDX, okay, which is the correlation in here, what you're going to see is that you're coming in right into the breakout area, right where we had 142 million shares, 140 million shares. Yesterday, you did 102 million shares. Now, watch this. We put this on the weekly. What you're going to see is that, you came down. There's no doubt. You came down hard. 376 million shares into 404 million. Into 543 million. So. Well,
I'm ready to flip it around. Don't you think that this interest rate is already kind of baked into the market? This interest, even if they don't do it, it seems like that the market already knows that it's like 80% or 85%, whatever it is.
It's definitely baked in. What I'm trying to figure out right now, and that's a great question. What I'm trying to figure out is that it is baked in, and I suspect right now, really, there's a whole nother percent baked in the course of the year, because that's where it looks like we're going. And thus far, it's only the metals market that's got hit. So it's like, okay, so if they really do it, is the metals market going to get totally destroyed and the stock market's going to keep going? And I can't figure that out, man. It just, right now, it just doesn't, it's not correlating. So I know fundamentally, the equation, folks. Fundamentally, if inflation is higher than the interest rate, guess what? Gold will keep going. If it's not, gold won't go.
Sure.
So
it doesn't seem like it's getting hit all that bad. It's been hit. It's.
Oh, it's not. The gold stocks have. So when we're doing trading, the dust of the nugget, folks, you got to pay attention to the gold stocks versus the gold. The metal itself hasn't. We're 12.26.
Right. No,
Yeah, I've been picking away at MUX, McEwen Mining today, and TGB. I've been buying those on the way down, figuring, okay, let's take a little chance at these two. What the heck?
Well, I can tell you that there's a couple of these that should have got destroyed. And one of them, happens to be Vista. It's like, okay, this thing hasn't got croaked yet. It's like, You know, we hit a high of 124. You're at 105 right now. I've seen this thing when the gold market gets killed, man. This thing should be down at 85 cents right now, and it's like, okay, why aren't you? You know?
Yeah, that 90-cent range is very, very. There's a big support there, right around that 89 to 92 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah,
it's nowhere near that.
So listen, we only got let's see, 11:30, 12:30. You got 2.5 hours to sit in the edge of your seat, man.
Yeah, and I'm going to get rid of that stuff, and I'm going to look at the J-Nug and.
Well, take half of them anyway, man. That's just gravy. Tommy and I are coming up to Boston. You go take us down the Four Seasons.
That's right. We'll be there soon.
Okay, come on, guys. You guys are on. I wish I could make the 18th down in
I wish
Tampa,
I could, too. Hey, you never know.
Oh.
Maybe we'll be in Boston pretty soon. We'll see.
Very good, guys. Well, thank you very much. Thank you again to Brent, and we'll talk again.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay. You stay right there, folks. Dow, Tommy, and myself, we're coming right back. Dow Industrials down 33. Nasdaq's off 16. S&Ps are off 6.5. Be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 34. Nasdaq's off 15. S&Ps are off 6. So, Darrell, what do you think about the big expansion on this market this week? Well, the whole time, but this week, pretty intense, huh?
Oh, man, it was flying. So, I mean, we have like 300 and something points on the Dow.
I'm telling you, man. everything. Tommy and I, we were counting the days that the Dow was positive, and then the first day that it broke the record,
it went down.
And
right?
went down all of like
Tuesday,
100
right?
points. No,
it went down like
10 points.
Yeah, it wasn't 100.
And then the next day it was up 300.
That's what I said. Could you imagine if I walked out of here, after that one down day, whether it was Tuesday, I think it was, and I was like, have no despair. The market's going to be up almost 400 tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the kicker was that Trump didn't say anything really that reflect. That wasn't just any. And
Right.
people all thought, oh man, could he move the market? It's like after his speech ended, the futures hadn't moved at all. It's like market's going to be up like 350 tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of us in front of a screen. I was and the market was flat.
I took a peek at it a few times. Is what happened. I know that, and then I turned it off because it wasn't doing anything, and there was nothing really. Yeah.
No action until there is action.
And there was action just a little later that evening when Europe and when Europe really started moving.
They said we're taking it long and strong in a big way. There's no doubt about it, man.
Yeah, they took it with them.
They took it with them.
So like, we'll tell you which way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So America followed along right there. So, but yeah, that was a beautiful move.
It was pretty intense. There's no doubt. When we do look at one of the targets want us to look at the platinum market. I can tell you something that's going to be a trip watching this play out, folks. Okay, so Bitcoin, the Winklevoss twins are going to get their. They're going to.
It surpassed gold for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. It's and what's going to happen here is that in the next couple of days, well, actually, the SEC has given us the date. Actually, it's March 10th, I believe. They're going to give the Winklevoss twins their decision
on whether they approve. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. What's that? Here it is. Here.
Due by March 11th.
March 11th. Okay. So, and I suspect they're going to. They've been trying to get this thing for. Like 4 or 5 years.
Okay. They were one of the biggest early kind of investors and really plowing some serious money into it.
And so I suspect that they're going to get a go. Now, it's going to be intriguing when they get a go, because if they get a go at it, it's going to be very easy to juice that thing to 2,000 in a heartbeat.
You want some volatility, right?
Yeah, my God.
They have to buy all the Bitcoins.
And
then what happens when the next big drama bomb drops and everyone loses their money in some exchange in Bitcoin, and then there's an ETF that gets to react to that?
Totally.
That should be fun.
Watch this. On January 17th, is that January 12th, Bitcoin was at 753, and you're 1278.
So was that not people in the know, but just people probably following the situation? Maybe that's a lead up to the development with the SEC and knowing that was coming down.
That number's coming down. Right? Yeah, that's
quite a run from 700 to 13 in pretty much a straight line move.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So, and the correlation there, folks, has to do with the aspect that an ETF, when money goes into the ETF, they buy whatever that ETF is
They'd buy
about.
correlating
exactly
Bitcoin in this case.
Yeah.
And then when people sold the ETF, they'd have to sell the Bitcoin. I'd love to see how the prospectus for that ETF is going to work with the Bitcoins, because we know that, I don't know it well enough, but I do know it well enough to know the reason why I stayed away is because I just don't know it well enough to know how to protect that currency from it not just, getting caught up in one of those scandals. Some of those exchanges where you could keep your, where's your Bitcoin?
Here it is.
You got
it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. No, we lost your Bitcoin. Sorry. Where are you guys? No, we lost our offices too, and we're going to close our website.
Oh, it was on the Snapchat server.
It was on Amazon servers, a couple days ago when they shut down and we lost everything.
Can you imagine? I mean, that's pretty intense.
You're playing the speculative game, right? In terms of, know the risks, and that's why you're getting the potential rewards.
Right.
But the problem that I saw is that I just know people in that area understand those risks better than I do, and so I don't have the expertise to be in that market as of right now.
I'm with you.
But
just give us a few weeks after it goes up. We'll probably be trading it, folks.
What'll be interesting is that, you'll think, so you can't, if the ETF's regulated or whatnot, at least your money in there won't disappear.
Right.
But what's going to happen if, the market becomes unstable outside of the ETF, right?
Well,
or how that works. It's still going to react to...
That's correct. It might not disappear, but if the market crashes...
That's what I'm saying,
right. Unless you're shot, then you make the other side of it. Yeah.
And then everyone's selling it short, forcing them to sell Bitcoin.
Oh, man, it's going to be intense, folks. Any way you look at it, it's going to be intense.
People will be doing a little research if there starts getting to be a real ETF, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Short traders start coming in, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, this. Well, it's. When I was reading it looks like the initial get-go is going to be like 300 million that they're going to. And that's not enough.
They'd have to put that into Bitcoin as in a correlating.
Yeah, just to get
that much money would
liquid.
flow. Okay, right.
But that's not a lot for an ETF.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to need a lot
Especially
more than that.
because Bitcoin at this stage does have a big name.
Oh, they'll get a lot in it.
Right.
There's going to be people that,
Speculators.
Yeah.
It's a volatile currency, right? It's
Yeah.
it's a volatile currency. So that in itself will attract speculators.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. We get over and we take a look at, let's go to King Dollar for a second, DX, because this is where the movement's going to be out here today, folks, okay? And Friday's just so crucial. So right now, we'll see whether good old King Dollar can break the 101,660. So you have two different levels if you're trading the Nadex product or just currencies or the metals. 101.750. If we close under that for a week, that's a failure in price and volume. 101,660 is that even a more important number. 101,660 is where it's 100,660. Hold on, 1 second. Let me look at this for a second. Because it's where we broke topside from after that large consolidation.
Talk about dollar index?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's 100.660, so we're a long way away from that. So the number you want to keep your eye on now is 101,750. Because that's where the intense selling came down from the highs of the January as well as the first 2 weeks of January. And, they can't handle it again. I mean, there's someone up there selling it, and it's like, okay, is it a central bank selling it? I mean, it's not you and I, that's for sure. And the reason I like looking at the dollar index, folks, is I can get the volume on it,
Sure.
It's more than that. They're selling the actual dollar. That's what they're doing. They're buying the euro, because that's a 60% correlation inside of that, and that's what can move it, And then it's whether it's the chicken or the egg. What's moving what? Do you know what I mean?
Round and round.
Yeah, right. And if we go over to the yen for a second, I know Darrell loves trading the yen, and what's so cool about even the yen right now too is that that's coming right up to that 114.96. That's where the sellers seem to be in the yen too. Do you know what I mean?
February 15th.
I know about the yen, dollar yen, euro yen, pound yen.
Yeah. You stay right there, folks. Darrell, Tommy, myself will be coming right back. Dow Industrials right now, we're down 27. Nasdaq's off 10. S&Ps are off 5.5. We're going to be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Darrell Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate
you. Got it. There you go.
Seriously. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And don't forget, folks, you stay right there because we got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next. And then we're going to Thinkorswim headquarters in Chicago. Steve Rhodes. Steve Rhodes is going to be on when good old Janet Yellen's going to be on. So there's going to be some big action there. Dave White, and then I'll be back. We go back to this gold trade out here. And
so you're in the losing position right now, but we'll see. You have till 1:30, but it is just intriguing. We were taking a look at it even during the break, right? I mean, not much premium. Darrell was mentioning as well. I mean, and as this scales back closer to 12.25, for there still not to be, I mean, you're talking about $1.30 right now. You can get in this, and that's outside of the bid offer. That's legit. You know, with the bid you're getting, the offer you're getting in, 12.27.4, you're talking about $23. You're talking about, you know, only $1.20 in the price of gold above if you ever got a thrust.
That scares the heck out of me that gold's going to get croaked.
The market's saying there's very little chance it's going to spike up. You know, for sure.
And I guess the market's saying there's very little chance it's going to spike down too, because I can sell it right now at 12.26, right?
Yeah, but you only have $1.80 to gain there.
Yeah.
That's
so
all. No.
Oh boy.
We will see.
What do you think, Darrell? Oh,
is he there?
Okay.
Maybe he's betting the farm on it right now as we speak. Maybe he's looking at that premium too and getting in some quick trades ahead of the 11 a.m. hour.
Duffy thinks it's going to get croaked.
Market agrees, Duffy, because
he's probably talking about the market. He wouldn't be talking about gold. Yes, he would.
I was going to just let you run with that, but
no. Yeah. Hey, listen, he's been doing this long enough. We know that a Friday, folks. And exactly, perfect. A Friday in the market, it very well can get sliced and diced in about 2 seconds. Okay, there's no two ways about that. I think we get Darrell back. No, I guess we didn't.
That's all right.
So let's go take a look at the. So the dollar index is still getting sold down, folks. Okay, so the bottom line is that we'll see whether Yellen can change that, or in fact, does she want to change that, or does she want to basically, just?
I'd say with all the rhetoric that she's probably going to have a plan for.
Yeah.
Like either and not changing the rhetoric, like not saying anything to change that would be kind of endorsing it silently, right? It's a silent endorsement, as in if she wanted to correct it, she would, and I doubt that's probably what's going to happen.
And I suspect what they have is that they had a larger plan, and because they sent every Fed governor out, and then this is, they
got the anchor, right? The last leg.
This is it.
The last leg of the tour.
This is the last leg, and then bottom line. The meeting's the 15th, right?
I think so.
We got our man Darrell right now. And look at this.
Oh, there, yep.
And it just went up to 92%. We were just at 90%. Now it went up to 92. Maybe someone has the speech.
Well, we already had the one Fed governor talking out there this morning.
Yeah. And so whatever just happened here. So as that went to 92, gold just went from 650 to 730 down. Interesting, right?
Very interesting, right?
Yeah. Darrell, we were just talking about the spread was so light and on the gold contract that I'm buying. I said to Tommy, I says, I'm really paranoid because it seems like the market makers right now are basically gaming that this thing's
There's no chance this thing's going to spike up.
Right.
That's
exactly.
what the premium's saying.
Please buy, almost, yeah.
Yeah, because they're saying, you can get in on those $500 spreads for $25 with
really?
nearly $1.
Yeah.
Right. They're like, please.
Yeah, please take it. Exactly. Unreal. Hey, Darrell, great having you again. Great seeing you, man. Stay right there, folks. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next, and of course, then take a swim. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.